The car was pinned down by a helicopter. He cried out helplessly. The woman who arrived immediately went to help, but his weak strength couldn't lift it at all. At this time, the helicopter was suddenly taken away. The woman looked up, saw the huge beast. It is King Kong, who is 48 meters tall. The woman trembled with fear, because when she first came to this island, Kong slaughtered most of his companions, but King Kong did not attack him. He seemed to see the kindness of women. King Kong is the master of this island, also the guardian of Skull Island. Why does he want to kill? Because when humans first came to the island, began to destroy wanton. Of course he would not allow anyone to destroy his home. And the next second, a flying tree inserted into the helicopter. King Kong grabbed the plane, throwing a human in his mouth. The army immediately surrounded him, desperate to fire at King Kong. King Kong has been unable to bear it. The real slaughter begins here. He smashed a helicopter with one punch. The soldiers on the ground were trampled to death like ants. But humans still don't give up. To increase the firepower against King Kong, I saw him grab a plane. The two planes were forced to have a double kill. The plane was like a toy in his hands. After a while, more than half of this armed team is dead. As a result, the surviving humans thought King Kong was a demon. The officer vowed to make Kong Kong pay his debts in blood. After the war, the surviving humans prepared to dive into King Kong's cave, then put him to death. But what they don't know is, the crisis on the island has only just begun. They had just entered the woods. A huge bamboo penetrated his body. Looking up along the bamboo, that's the leg of a giant spider. The soldiers opened fire immediately, but the range is not enough. Seeing the players being killed one by one, so they cut off all the spider's legs, hit him on the spot. The battle is over. The officer took several shots before killing him. The armed squad quickly hid in a shelter. Another companion was taken away by the big bird. The companions took up guns to save him, but it's too late. The piranha tore his limbs to pieces in an instant. The army suffered heavy casualties. At this time, people were terrified. How many people want to live here? A deserter happened to escape to the river alone. What a coincidence. Face to face with that mountain high King Kong. King Kong saw him. The man started to run away quickly, but King Kong didn't mean to hurt him. He leaned down by the river to examine his wounds. King Kong was about to drink water. I feel there is danger in the See this huge monster. The man was stunned. King Kong was about to drink water, suddenly aware of something in the water. Countless tentacles entwined the jaw. It's a giant octopus. King Kong stomped the head of the octopus with one foot. Then King Kong exerted his strength, tear off the tentacles of the octopus directly, become King Kong's seafood dinner. The man narrowly escaped, but he hasn't come back to his senses yet. A piece of wood in front of him actually came to life. Gosh, it's a moving locust. The man fired at him. Strangely, the locusts did not attack him. Instead, he ran away in a hurry. It turned out that there was a bigger crisis behind him. This is the skeleton monitor lizard. This nasty thing, it is the most evil pure being on Skull Island in 10,000 years. They are violent and cruel, strong but elusive, killing everywhere. Who once killed the entire clan of King Kong? Every time King Kong saw a monitor lizard, he would grit his teeth with hatred. I can't wait to tear them apart. Known from the mouths of the natives, King Kong is the patron saint of this island. He maintains the ecological balance of the island. If King Kong dies, the terrifying monitor lizards sleeping underground will come out to kill everywhere. Fortunately, King Kong has been suppressing the monitor lizard. Life on the island was at peace, and this officer only wanted revenge. Don't listen to other people's advice at all. He must kill King Kong. Avenge your comrade. Soon they passed a wasteland. There are corpses all over the place. They sensed danger, so hey, sure enough, a skeleton monitor lizard passed by. The monitor lizard spat out the bones from its mouth, recognizable from the chain of bones. This is the skull of their companion. Just then, a soldier opened fire at him violently. It's fucked up. The monitor lizard started to eat people everywhere. He stuck out his tongue and swallowed a soldier. The officer ordered his men to burn him with flamethrowers, but the monitor lizard is a dragon wagging its tail. Soldier died. At this moment, a woman threw out a lighter, ignited the marsh gas on the ground. The eventual explosion. The skeleton monitor lizard is finally dead. The team members said that this monitor lizard was the smallest one. The biggest one hasn't come out yet. Indicates to evacuate this place, but the officer has been completely blinded by hatred. He wants to prove that humans are at the top of the food chain, determined to move on. A few people can't help it. Late night, they secretly poured gasoline into the river, prepared to burn the King Kong, then used the bomb to draw out King Kong. King Kong saw that these newcomers were doing something again. King Kong was completely angry. He got closer and closer. Just then, the officer lit the gasoline. For a moment, King Kong was covered in flames, madly on fire. He let out a painful roar. After some struggles, King Kong finally became exhausted, smashed hard to the ground. The officer wanted to kill King Kong directly. At this time, the good man of mankind rushed out, standing in front of King Kong. The two teams are deadlocked. Sudden, the biggest skeleton monitor lizard came out of the water. He has always been suppressed by King Kong. Now while King Kong is seriously injured, he didn't delay for a second to end his natural enemy. Only then did the foolish officer wake up. Humanity has nowhere to go. And right at this moment, a man stood up. He holds several grenades in his hand. He died with the skeleton monitor lizard again. This man is brave. In order to cover other companions to escape, to follow Skeleton, Monitor Lizard perish together. Who knows that Monitor Lizards don't burn him? Smashed it aside with its tail. This is embarrassing. Monitor Lizards start attacking humans. He opened his bloody mouth. Just then, King Kong appears again. King Kong and the Skeleton Monitor Lizard start a burst duel. The Monitor Lizard locks King Kong's throat with its big mouth. But the world's last King Kong is not an ordinary person. He pushed open the fangs of the Monitor Lizard, pinched his head and hit the valley aside. King Kong uprooted a tree. With a stroke of your hand, the leaves are gone in an instant. This becomes a golden hoop rod. He is like the great sage equaling the sky. Aim at the head of the Monitor Lizard. Thump one voice beat the Monitor Lizards to their brains. But the Monitor Lizard quickly stood up, jumped up and bit the King Kong, shoved him into the wreckage of the ship. King Kong is locked by iron chains arranged by human beings, unable to move. The Monitor Lizard crawled on King Kong's body. Get ready to enjoy the predators. Right at this moment, humans attacked the Monitor Lizards. They finally understand. Hatred soon made Monitor Lizards attack humans. They fired another flare, hit the Monitor Lizard's ear, but this is only temporarily resist. At this time, King Kong regained his strength and stood up, broke the chain on him. King Kong wrapped the remaining two in his hands. He holds the propeller, become King Kong's god of war chain blade. Find a chance to throw one, directly plunge into the back of the Monitor Lizard. King Kong fights more and more bravely. He sway, throw the Monitor Lizard up for miles. The woman on the mountain fell into the water by a huge shock. King Kong holds a steel propeller, take it as a tool, directly hit the giant blow to the point of crying. But the Monitor Lizard still does not give up. He leaps to King Kong with his tail wrapped around King Kong's body, wrapping his tongue around the arm of King Kong. Delusions of biting off his hand. I saw King Kong twitching violently. Connect the lizard's tongue directly to its brain. Tongue is directly pulled up by King Kong. This time the Monitor Lizard is finished. The Monitor Lizard can't get up anymore. King Kong also avenged the family's revenge. King Kong reaches into the water, reached out and rescued a human being trapped in the water. Slowly put the woman on the ground. It has been bruised and bruised by humans, but he was so gentle with humans. He glanced coldly at the humans, no more embarrassing them, turned away. Nilda's figure disappeared behind the mountain. At the end, all the surviving humans escaped back to the human world, and King Kong will continue to be the guardian of Skull Island to protect the living here, maintain the ecological balance. Human beings must know how to respect nature, because in the end, the ones who will hurt you may be those who silently protect you.